Hello everyone, my name is Julie Jeffers. I'm the nutrition coach here at Mind and Body Solutions, and today I want to talk about blood sugar balance. So, a large part of blood sugar balance that I don't think people realize is the role, it, the way it's tied into your circadian rhythm. So, your circadian rhythm is the physical, mental, and behavioral changes an organism experiences based on the 24-hour cycle of the day. So light and darkness have the biggest impact on this, but also stress, food intake, physical activity, social environment, and temperature play a role in this as well. And so, why does this matter? Well, before the modern day, when everyone was kind of a hunter-gatherer situation, or just really before artificial lighting and stuff like that. When it was light out, people would be awake and working. And then it was dark out, you would sleep and your body would release, melatonin as the sun was setting to make you sleepy. Um, and so because of our lifestyle shift to artificial lighting and convenience and, you know, um, AC and shift work and all that stuff, we've become disaligned with our circadian rhythm, which plays a big role in energy and sleep and metabolism. So, research has shown that oral glucose tolerance is impaired in the evening compared to the morning hours because there is a reduced insulin sensitivity and diminished insulin secretion at night. So basically, you don't you are more insulin resistant in the evening, and you're also just not your body's not producing as much insulin at the nighttime. And insulin is what you need to combat um, glucose with your meals, especially if you're eating, lots of carbs or sweets or fruit or whatever. Um, so insulin is what helps to diminish the blood sugar spike. So if you're eating a lot of it in the evening time and the nighttime, your body physically is like, I don't have the tools right now to balance this out. Um, and so also circadian rhythm dysregulation can have a um, correlation with the development of type 2 diabetes because of that diminished insulin sensitivity in the evening time, but also because when you're dysregulated, this may cause your metabolism to slow down, where you're going to use less of the calories you're consuming, which can lead to the development of type 2 diabetes and weight gain, even if your calories aren't increasing. Um, so, okay, I gave all this information. How do I do something about it? So, you might be surprised that how you eat your meals and when you eat them matters a lot more than you think. So, because we have the highest insulin sensitivity in the mornings, ideally, that's when you want to consume your largest meal. And I know a lot of people tend to skip breakfast or they don't enjoy breakfast. So even if it's like a mid morning type of thing, you want your largest meals to be in the first half of the day, or maybe from between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. is when you want to have the majority of your food be consumed. Um, so as a general rule, your breakfast should be large, your lunch should be pretty medium sized, and your dinners should be pretty small and as early in the evening as you can. So 5 to 5:30 range, you want to be having a light dinner rather than a big large meal. And so Not only does this help maintain your blood sugar balance, but it'll allow your body time to digest before you're sleeping, and that can help ensure that you're not having interrupted sleep throughout the night and you're getting quality sleep, which again kind of just helps overall alignment with your circadian rhythm. And so, if you are someone that needs a late night snack or needs a snack right before bed, prioritize one that has high protein, whether this is like some cottage cheese, some Greek yogurt, a little bit of like jerky or a beef stick or turkey stick or something like that. Something small and high in protein, but not like a big meal. And then this sounds silly, but there's an order in which you can eat your meals that helps to balance out your blood sugar levels. So when you're eating something, if you have your plate in front of you, so let's say you have chicken and let's say you have chicken fajitas and some guacamole and then bell peppers and onions and rice. That's what you're eating. So you want to prioritize your protein and your fats first because these are the most satiating foods. They will give you the energy for the longest amount of time. So if you start here, you're not filling up on foods that provide short-term energy like your rice and your vegetables and then being hungry 30 minutes later. Also, as gross as it sounds, the protein and the fat, especially from the guacamole, will kind of like coat your insides so that when you're eating, the sugar from the carbs doesn't immediately hit your digestion and get broken down into glucose and just spike your blood sugar like crazy. Um, so, like I said, you're going to want to eat your protein and fats first, and then fiber from, your vegetables, and then have your sugars and starches. So that's going to be your grains, your fruits, your dessert. And if you're going to have dessert, don't don't make yourself too full that you don't have room for it if that's something you're wanting. Two, if you're gonna have a dessert, have it with your meal, like right at the end of your meal rather than waiting an hour because when you're having it with your meal, it's kind of mixed in with um, like I said, the coating of your insides with the fat and protein. But if you wait and you've digested, your meal and then you have your dessert, then that's going to cause your blood sugar spike again as well. So it's it's a weird little thing to think about that the order in which you eat plays a role, but it does, and it's helpful, and that's an easy swap that you can kind of implement. Um, and so this way of eating also works for snacks. So if you are hungry and you want like an apple, okay, awesome, have your apple, but also pair it with some nut butter to add a fat to help balance out the sugar, like we talked about. Same thing with like you want some crackers and chips, pair it with guacamole, pair it with a piece of cheese, pair it with a beef stick, something like that to incorporate the protein or fat that will keep you satiated and not leave you wanting another snack within 15 minutes. And um, also, it'll help to regulate your blood sugar and not give a spike just because if you had the apple by itself, that's the carbs is instantly getting broken down into glucose, and that's going to spike your blood pressure because there's no other protein or fat to kind of like mitigate that. So I hope this is informative. I hope it's helpful. I hope you are able to take these changes and kind of implement them. Not even if you don't change what you're eating, just the order in which you're eating it can vastly improve your blood sugar. And even if you're not pre-diabetic or have type 2 diabetes or type 1, anything like that, this is just good general practice for anyone. So I hope you learned, and I hope